The military clash between Iran and Israel in the Middle East has sparked a serious diplomatic and security crisis in the Gulf cities. Right now, Crown Prince Sheikh Hamad bin Mohammed and UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan are publicly stepping out from behind the scenes to meet ordinary people, trying to show that everything is under control. In reality, these visits and meetings are meant to reassure foreign investors and tourists, making sure their images don't take a hit. But at the moment, both are. What Crown Prince Sheikh Hamad bin Mohammed showed is way scarier than it seems. Because Iranian missiles exploded and caused fires near world-famous landmarks like Palm Jumeirah, Burj Khalifa, and Burj Al Arab, it shows this war has now reached both of their doorsteps, and such explosions could happen again anytime. Hey everyone, welcome to today's episode where we'll talk about why both the US and Iran, often seen as safe havens in the Iran-America conflict, are now both being targeted by Iran. Today we'll dive into that. The conflict between Iran and Israel in the Middle East. Military tensions are causing serious diplomatic and security challenges, not just for the two countries involved, but also for major world powers, especially the United States. While Gulf countries like the UAE, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar try to maintain a stable business image by saying everything is normal, the move by the US has revealed the real danger lurking behind the scenes. The travel advisory issued by the U.S. State Department and the order for its citizens to leave immediately clearly show just how fragile the security situation in the Gulf really is. It's here, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has urged American citizens in Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE to use available commercial transportation to leave those countries immediately. This isn't just a regular warning. America has even set up a 24/7 task force to ensure the safety of its citizens. The U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem has gone as far as saying that even if their citizens are using Israeli government security services, this shows just how dangerous the war in the Middle East is getting. While Gulf countries are showing peaceful scenes on their streets and malls, America talking about serious safety risks makes it clear that Gulf cities are no longer out of reach from Iran's strike capabilities and missiles. Both, once considered the world's second safest destination and a paradise for investors, has dramatically changed. The growing military clashes between Iran, Israel, and the US in the Middle East are turning these modern cities into war zones. An unexpected front has opened up. Just yesterday, people talked about the towering skyscrapers and luxurious lifestyles, but today, the sky is lit up with missiles and the ground echoes with fear. Iran's operation lines roar against Israel, and the ensuing battles visible in the skies of both sides have completely changed what security means here. Finding missile debris in world-famous, ultra-exclusive areas like Palm Jumeirah makes it clear that despite modern security systems, neither side can stay untouched from the direct risks and impacts of war. In the sky, seeing missiles and their wreckage falling to the ground hasn't just caused physical damage. It's also created a deep sense of mental fear. Even though both defense systems claim to have intercepted over 90% of the attacks mid-air, the debris from the destroyed missiles falling in key parts of the city has increased the risk to people and structures. Reports of fires and damage near famous spots like the Ferragamo Hotel and Burj Al Arab have really scared tourists. With flights being canceled and the airspace closed, thousands of travelers are stuck at the airport. The city of dreams has started feeling like a prison for many. To control this uncomfortable situation and protect their international reputation, both governments have taken some really tough measures. Strict censorship has been imposed to stop news about the fear and actual incidents spreading outside the city. Anyone posting videos of missile debris or attacks on social media is being threatened with heavy fines and exile for spreading rumors. Because of this control over information, the outside world hasn't been able to get a clear picture of what's really going on the ground. No. Recently, both Crown Prince Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed and UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan made public appearances, meeting with ordinary people to show that they're doing fine. But their efforts were overshadowed by a fierce sandstorm, making their attempt seem weak and ineffective. With the airport closed and people fleeing, military clashes between Iran and Israel have thrown transportation and security in the Gulf region into chaos. The biggest impact has been seen at both international airports. These airports aren't just among the busiest in the world. They're also the main gateways from South Asian countries to Europe and America. But after Iran targeted the United Arab Emirates with drones and missile attacks, these huge airports had to shut down completely for 2 days due to serious security concerns. Recently, they've only partially reopened. The closure didn't just stop flights. It also had a huge impact on the global air network. There was a blast. Videos that came out after the attack at the airport terminal show thick smoke billowing everywhere, with airport staff guiding frightened passengers to safety, a truly heartbreaking sight. This incident has raised serious doubts about the security system of a city considered both safe and modern. With the airport shut down, around 90,000 passengers who travel daily from cities like Dubai, Doha, and Abu Dhabi are left stranded. According to a report by The Guardian, about 11,000 flights in the Middle East have been canceled, affecting over 1 million passengers. Thousands of travelers are stranded at airports because of the cancellations. Although the UAE authorities have tried to provide some relief by offering free hotel stays and meals on humanitarian grounds, people are still terrified due to the war. Closing the airports doesn't just mean flights are stopped. It has also dealt a big blow to tourism and trade, which are the backbone of both economies. Even though flights are slowly starting up again, both governments' the main priority is just to get stranded passengers to their destinations, because as long as the war continues in Iran, neither side can find peace. Right now, the situation in the Gulf region is so bad that the wealthy and foreigners there are rushing to get out of the country. Both of them used to be known for guaranteed stability and security, but this war has completely shattered their reputations. According to a Bloomberg report, to escape the growing dangers, people are fleeing by road towards Muscat in Oman and Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. Since the UAE airspace is closed, more and more people are traveling overland to Oman, then chartering private jets from there to safer countries. The cost of just getting to Oman by regular vehicles can go up to $5,000, which shows how deep the fear among people runs. Some families are even spending between $150,000 to $200,000 to get out safely using both routes. This whole situation clearly shows that no matter how much the authorities say things are under control, the people living there don't feel safe at all. Right now, their top priority is just staying alive. You might be wondering why Iran is targeting both of them even more in the Gulf countries. The question of why both are caught up in the heat of the Iran-Israel conflict is at the center of global politics today. There are deep geopolitical reasons behind Iran making both its direct military targets. Technically, Iran's main enemies are the US and Israel, but both have ended up as softer targets. The main reason for this is their geographical location, and there are American military and logistical facilities there. From Iran's perspective, both the ports and airports are not just for commercial purposes. The US military uses them to gather intelligence and move military equipment. Iran has repeatedly warned that any country allowing the US or Israel to use its land or provide strategic support will be the first target on Iran's list for retaliatory attacks. Even though both try to appear neutral, the modern infrastructure and Western, because of its close ties with these countries, Iran sees it as a hub for Israeli and American interests. Another big reason is their economic power and the impact they have on the global economy. Neither is a major military force, but both are huge commercial and financial centers. Iran knows well that causing insecurity in such sensitive economic hubs is more effective than attacking Israel or America directly. Their economies rely entirely on trust and security. If Iran manages to get missiles into their airspace, the tourism, real estate, and investment sectors there could collapse in an instant. Iran is targeting both to send a clear message to the U.S. If a war breaks out in the Middle East, America's closest allies and their economies won't be safe. This can be seen as a kind of psychological warfare, where Iran aims to shake the enemy's economic foundation without direct combat. Plus, with major global ports like Jebel Ali under Iran's radar, it means the worldwide supply chain could come to a halt. They want to cross the line. Iran is ramping up pressure on both, trying to force the United Arab Emirates to rethink its ties with Israel, a diplomatic move. Iran argues that cities like these have allowed Israeli businesses and security agencies to operate, which poses a threat to Iran's security. So, even if Iran hasn't caused massive physical destruction directly, it's sending a clear warning through missile and drone attacks. When the defense systems shoot down these missiles, the falling debris still causes damage, shaking the image of these places as safe havens. In the end, for Iran, he's become a pawn that, when played, has managed to send his message of anger all the way to Washington and Tel Aviv. Amid ongoing direct military clashes between Iran and Israel in the Middle East, an allegation made public by American journalist Tucker Carlson has stirred up the world of diplomacy. According to Carlson, not all the attacks happening in the Gulf region are solely the work of Iran. Some incidents might even involve Israel. In his special report, he claims that Israel has deliberately involved U.S. allies like Saudi Arabia and Bahrain. False flag operations are happening in strategic locations, meaning sneaky and misleading attacks. This claim has made the war even more complicated and dangerous. Carlson argues that Israel is carrying out bombings in those countries and blaming Iran for it, hoping that powerful Gulf nations like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE will get angry and directly join the fight against Iran. Carlson even said that 2 Mossad agents were caught planning bombings in Saudi Arabia and Qatar.
In Qatar and Saudi Arabia, authorities arrested Mossad agents planning on committing bombings in those countries. Now,
those claims haven't been confirmed by Saudi Arabia, Qatar, or any independent international body so far. The Israeli government has completely dismissed these allegations as baseless and fictional. Even without official confirmation, these reports clearly highlight the deep mistrust and suspicion in Middle Eastern geopolitics. During times of war, information is used as a weapon, and this Carlson report shows how Gulf countries are shaping their security and diplomatic stance. It's forced a reconsideration. Both are now at a tough crossroads where decades of hard work and the image of a secure haven are at stake. If there's even a bit of truth to Carlson's claim, it could completely flip the Middle East equation. What this suggests is that this war isn't just a border fight between two countries. It might be a big, dangerous political conspiracy aimed at maintaining dominance in the region. The Gulf countries, who are seen as close to Israel and the US, until now, are facing a firestorm because of this. The test has proven itself. On one side, Iran's growing military power, and on the other, the potential threats from its own allied nation. Viewers, let us know in the comments how you liked today's series. Also, if you enjoyed it, please like and share, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell icon too, so you're the first to get updates on our new videos. That's all for today. Stay tuned for even more interesting stuff in the next video. I'm bringing some important information, so please grant me leave until then.